Help your animals have the best lives they possibly can. Your animals need the same things you do to stay happy and healthy. Just like you, your animals need regular access to food and water. Give them enough food and water so they are not hungry or thirsty. Animals need to have enough space to move around, a comfortable living area, and protection from bad weather. If your animal gets sick or injured, take care of them and watch them carefully. If they are sick, keep them separated from other animals until they recover. If there is a vet in your area, ask them to examine them. Otherwise, watch them closely and try to make them more comfortable. Clean any wounds and try to keep them covered or dry. Do not give your animals medicines made for people, as this can harm or even kill them. Happy and healthy animals need to interact and play with other animals, or in the case of pets, need affection or playtime with you on a daily basis. Like us, they need love and attention. Keeping them tied up constantly or locked inside an enclosure is bad for the animal's health and welfare. Animals feel many of the same emotions we do: happiness, fear, and stress. If you give them a safe home and give them food, water, protection, and ability to interact with you or other animals of their own kind, they will be healthier and happier. This is good for them, but also good for you. A healthy animal produces more eggs, milk, or meat, and lives a better life. Keeping your animals safe. Create a safe space for your animals and keep them close to home. That way you won't lose them and they won't get into dangerous situations. There are many potential dangers that could harm them. Keeping animals in a safe zone near your home means you will lose less of them, they will be safer and healthier, and you'll have better relationships with your neighbours. When animals wander freely, they can get injured or lost. If they eat other people's food, this can create conflict between the animals and other people, and lead to conflicts between you and your neighbours. You can keep them close to home with barriers or fencing, or by tying them to a post or tree. Just make sure the rope is long enough so they can freely move around and both stand up and lie down. They will also naturally stay close to home if you give them a steady supply of food and water. You can do this by setting up feeding troughs, water sources and mineral trays close to home. Provide your animals with shelter to protect them from the sun, rain and other dangers. Regularly clean the shelters so that the floor stays dry. This way they will be healthy and you will not be bothered by unpleasant smells. Your chickens and ducks are very vulnerable to predators. If you give them an elevated roost or enclosure, they will sleep there at night, above the ground. Make sure it is securely built so they can shelter there in case rains or storms bring flash floods. Know your animals' risks and what to do about them. Your animals need your protection. It's important to know the risks in your community and keep your animals safe. When it's windy, keep them away from trees, as these can fall down or drop branches and coconuts on them. When it's raining or you've heard a cyclone warning, keep your animals away from creeks or riverbeds. These are very dangerous areas with the potential for flash floods that will wash away or drown your animals. Do not keep your animals near steep hills or hills with loose rocks on them, as earthquakes can cause landslides or rocks to fall. Think of the different ways you can keep your animals safe from the dangers they face. Keep your animals safe from disasters. Animals are vulnerable to disasters the same way we are. They feel pain, stress, and can become ill or injured. By following some simple tips, you can help them survive and reduce their vulnerability. Here are some things you can do to protect your animals in different disasters. Cyclones. Move them away from creek beds. Bring them into secure shelters. Protect them from wind, rain, and flying debris. Earthquakes and tsunamis. Where evacuation plans exist, be sure to include your animals. Keeping them close to home means it will be easier for you to evacuate them if you need to. If your community has designated safety zones for people, include space for animals. Remember, not all animals can mix safely, so you may need to keep your dog separate from the chickens and livestock. Bring extra food and water for your animals if possible. If there is no time, or you've heard a tsunami warning, as a last resort you should release animals. They can survive by running or swimming away, but they have no chance if they are tied or locked in an enclosure. Do your best to ensure you and your animals are out of the tsunami risk zone. Try to save your animals, but not at the risk of your own life. Droughts. Preserve food and water in containers for times when these are scarce. Having a reserve increases their chances of survival. Keep them sheltered from the sun. They will be weaker than usual. Fires. Create and maintain a safe zone for your animals near your home. Keep it free of leaves or debris that can help spread fires. If fires are approaching, set animals free so they have a chance to run away and save themselves. Volcanoes. Where evacuation plans exist, be sure to include your animals. Keeping them close to home means it will be easier for you to evacuate them if you need to. Keep food and water supplies clean from ash by covering or cleaning them. Allowing your animals to graze freely can be dangerous or even fatal if they ingest volcanic ash. Shelter them during ash falls to protect their breathing and skin from irritations. Floods. Keep birds safe by giving them an elevated enclosure or coop where they can stay safely above floodwaters. Move animals away from creek or riverbeds, as these can rapidly overflow and drown or carry away your animals. Or move animals to higher ground. When disasters strike, communities can be devastated if they have not prepared. Along with people, animals suffer as well. Protecting animals helps people rebuild their lives following disasters and is the kinder, more humane thing to do. For more information on helping your animals have the best lives they possibly can, please visit worldanimalprotection.org. Protect your animals now.